let's learn about stories. Tammy and Danny burst through Granny Franny's front door. She lived in a cozy log cabin in the woods. The twins were always excited to spend time with their grandmother. She was a lot of fun. "Well, hello, you two," said Granny Franny. "How are my favorite 9-year-olds?" "Good," the brother and sister answered at exactly the same time. Tammy walked over to where Granny Franny was sitting. She noticed a stack of blank paper on the table. "What are you doing?" Tammy asked her. "I was just about to write a story," explained Granny Franny. "Cool," said Danny. "Can we help?" "What a wonderful idea," said Granny Franny. "I can't think of a better way to spend an afternoon." She handed Tammy and Danny some markers. "Here, you can draw the pictures, and I'll write down the words." "I love stories," Tammy said. "I think most people do," began Granny Franny. "Stories have been around for a very long time. Sometimes they're written down, and we read them, like when I read you a story from one of my books. Sometimes they're in our minds, and we tell them out loud." "Like when we're camping and sit around the campfire telling stories?" asked Tammy. "Exactly," said Granny Franny. "No matter how a story is told, it needs certain things in it to be good," she said. "The writer needs to come up with characters, a setting, a problem, and a solution." "Where should we start?" asked Tammy. "Why don't we begin with the setting?" Granny Franny suggested. "That means the place where you want the story to happen. Should it take place in a park? At the zoo? Under the sea?" "How about on another planet?" asked Danny. "Like Mars!" cried Tammy. Granny Franny smiled. "That's a great idea," she told them. "It looks like we have our setting." "Yes!" cried Tammy and Danny. They gave each other a high five. "Now we need some characters," said Granny Franny. "Characters in a story can be people or animals. Goldilocks is a good example of a person in a story. Can you think of an example of an animal?" "How about Chicken Little?" asked Tammy. "That's a good one," Granny Franny replied. "So who or what should be in our story?" The twins were quiet for a moment. Then a smile spread across Tammy's face. "How about a brother and sister with red hair?" she said. "Good idea," agreed Granny Franny with a laugh. "Great idea," Danny said with a grin. "We have our characters," said Tammy. "So what do we need next?" "We should come up with a problem for our characters to have," Granny Franny said. "A problem makes a story interesting. It makes you want to keep reading to find out how things turn out." "What if our character's spaceship crash lands on Mars?" Tammy asked. "Yeah," said Danny, "and then strange-looking aliens head right for them." Granny Franny laughed. "That's a big problem, and it gives us more characters," she said, writing it down. Then Granny Franny had an idea to make the story even more exciting. "What if the boy and girl suddenly get trapped in a dead end?" she asked. "Awesome!" said Danny. "But how will those kids escape the aliens?" asked Tammy. "We need to get them out of there." "You're right," Granny Franny said. "Along with a setting, characters, and a problem, every story needs a solution. So how do you want to get our characters out of this mess?" "I have an idea," said Danny. "When the characters come face to face with the aliens, it turns out that the creatures are actually friendly. They saw the spaceship crash and came to help." "Good thinking," Granny Franny said. "Just because the aliens look different from the kids, it doesn't mean that they are the bad guys." "What should happen after the kids and the aliens meet?" Tammy asked. "I think I know," Granny Franny said and started to write. The aliens fixed the kids' spaceship. Then everyone played an out-of-this-world game of tag. Tammy and Danny made the perfect picture to go with Granny Franny's ending. "We're all done," said Granny Franny. "Great job, you two." "Writing a story isn't as hard as I thought it would be," said Danny. "And it was really fun," said Tammy. "You know, I think your story is as good as my stories," Granny Franny said as they headed to the door. She smiled at her grandchildren with a twinkle in her eye. "I can't wait to see what happens to our characters next."
Click on the next activity.
The Tortoise and the Hare. Aesop's fables. What are Aesop's fables? Legend tells us that Aesop lived a very long time ago in a place called Greece and became famous for telling stories that were intended to teach lessons about life. We call his stories Aesop's fables. The Tortoise and the Hare. One day, a hare, a kind of rabbit, was bragging about how fast he could run and laughing at a tortoise, a kind of turtle, for being so slow. Much to the hare's surprise, the tortoise challenged the hare to a race. Thinking that this was very funny, the hare accepted the challenge. The tortoise and the hare asked their friend the fox to judge the race. The race began. And of course, the hare was soon far ahead of the tortoise. Soon, the hare had reached the halfway point in the race. Because it was a beautiful sunny day, the hare decided to stop running and play a while. He then took a nap in a shady spot. "Even if the tortoise passes me while I sleep," thought the hare, "I can easily catch up and reach the finish line first." The tortoise, meanwhile, kept walking along slowly and steadily toward the finish line. He couldn't run nearly as fast as the hare, but he never stopped to rest or play. While the tortoise continued on, the hare lost track of time and slept longer than he had intended. When the hare woke up, he was surprised that the tortoise was nowhere in sight. The hare jumped up and ran off at full speed. But when the hare reached the finish line, he found that the tortoise was already there waiting for him. Although the tortoise was much slower than the hare, because the tortoise did not stop to rest, he won the race. The end. Moral of the story: slow and steady wins the race.
Click on the next activity.
King Richard is seeking a brilliant storyteller who feels they are up to the task.
Yeah, you there! Tell me a story! Well, long ago, there was this guy. Yeah, see, who needed help doing this thing. A good storyteller uses exciting words that paint powerful pictures. Next.
Once upon a time, there was a brave knight who was given a challenge by a powerful king. And the king told this knight, "Go and rescue the princess."
Go and rescue this princess.
Who's trapped somewhere.
She's trapped somewhere. No, no, no!
Uh-oh!
I want to see the story in my mind. Was the princess locked in a tower? A cold and lonely tower, surrounded by vicious dragons? Can no one tell me a good story?
May I try, please?
Well, proceed if you must.
Once in a golden time, there lived a lovely but sad princess in a cold gray tower near the castle where her rich and powerful father, the king, lived. I am so very lonely in this dark, cold tower. Suddenly came a loud noise at her window. It was a rugged knight with a vibrant suit of armor. He said happily,
I have traveled many, many miles. When I heard of your terrible situation, may I step inside? The temperature outside is freezing.
Not my problem. You made the silly decision to wear heavy metal armor on a cold, nasty day. Now it's time for you to do the job you are here for, and do the job quickly. The knight leapt bravely into the chamber. In one graceful move, he swept the princess up into his arms. What are you doing?
I'm saving you.
I thought you were a handyman. I've been waiting 3 long days to have these new designer curtains hung. I'm totally sick of staring at these drab, dreary walls. The knight was thoroughly confused. He looked around and spotted the colorful curtains next to a stack of magazines. Then his heart began to flutter. He looked into her bright brown eyes and said,
Do you like reading those delightful home and garden magazines too?
The princess suddenly knew that this handsome knight was very different than the other knights. In a few short minutes, he had the royal curtains hung, and they redecorated the rest of her room. The once dark, cold tower was now bright and cheery, and the knight and the princess lived happily ever after.
Oh, bravo! You are absolutely the greatest storyteller ever! How can I thank you?
I'll tell you how. Father, I'd love a pair of new curtains for my room. This smart and noble knight said he'd be so happy to hang them up for me.
Click on the next activity.
A Knight's Tale. Add describing words to change what happens.
Click.
The knight runs. Add a describing word to change what happens. The knight runs quickly. Great! The knight runs. Add a describing word to change what happens. The tall knight runs. Awesome! The knight sings. Add a describing word to change what happens. The knight sings loudly. Great job! The knight sings. Add a describing word to change what happens. The big knight sings. Terrific! The knight dances. Add a describing word to change what happens. The knight dances wonderfully. Well done! The knight dances. Add a describing word to change what happens. The tall knight dances. Incredible! Fantastic!
Click on the next activity.
Once upon a time, there was a town where nothing had its own name. The shops were just shops with no names. The school was just a school. Even the people didn't have names.
Wife, where is dog?
Dog is outside.
Okay, see you later, wife.
Goodbye, husband.
Not even the pets had names.
Hey, dog. Come here, dog. Not you, dog. And not you, dog. There you are, dog. Let's go. Oh, hi, kid next door. Hi, kid who lives down the street.
Hi, neighbor man who lives in the blue house.
This town wasn't on a map because it didn't have a name. But all that changed the day King Grammar rode in to the town with no name.
Welcome to town. But what's the name of this town?
What's a name?
A name is what you call a particular person, place, thing, or animal so you can talk about it. It's like this. My name is King Grammar. What's your name? What do people call you?
Man, of course. And this is dog.
Please call me King Grammar. That's my name.
What exactly is a name again?
Listen, my horse's name is Traveler. Your life would be so much easier with names.
These are strange words you're saying. But I welcome you to our town anyway.
And what do you call this town?
Town, of course.
So King Grammar accompanied the man into town. He wanted all the people to know about names.
In that shop, we buy our meat. In that shop, we buy our bread. And here is where we buy our clothes.
Listen, good people of town. You really need to get a name for this place. Let me explain. Words like man, dog, and house that we use to talk about people and animals and places and other things, those are called nouns. In fact, the words for all the things that we can see around us right now are nouns. Shop, horse, street, your town, even my bugle. We use a noun like man for every man, so we call it a common noun. But if you want to talk about one particular person, then you need to have a name for that person that is different from what you call other men. Take me, for example. I'm a man, but my name is King Grammar, not man. When you say my name, I know you're talking about me, see? Not some other man. A noun like that, which is the name of something, is called a proper noun. With proper nouns, you can tell which person you are talking about in this town of... Oh, dear. The town of Proper. We're going to call this town Proper. That's good. But the first letter of a proper noun is always a capital letter. So let's fix that.
You know, I like that.
Hello there, William. Yes, your name will be William. And your dog, Bella, is quite pretty. Tommy's Tailor Shop. The Muffin Man Bakery. Great Chop's Butcher Shop.
Can a school have a name?
Of course, every school has a name.
I say we call it King Grammar Elementary School.
Right. What a beautiful name. And this is a beautiful town. I think I'll stay a while.
Click on the next activity.
King Grammar Elementary School. Fella, man. Traveler, proper nouns and common nouns.
Click on the next activity.
Okay, everyone. The bride and groom will be marching down the aisle any second. Here are the pairings for the bridesmaids and groomsmen. Let's break into pairs. 2 numbers that add up to 10. 7 of diamonds. Stand by the 3 of clubs, please. What do you get when you add 7 and 3?
10!
Excellent! You two stay together. Now, 3 of spades, where should you be?
Come stand by me. 3 plus 7 is 10.
Fantastic!
What about 5?
5 added to 5 is 10.
Yes, perfect! Now, where is the 4 of spades? Oh, there you are, dear. Come and meet the 6 of hearts.
Well, hello.
Hi.
A beautiful match. 4 plus 6 is 10. Okay, 6 of clubs. Where should you be standing?
I'll stand by the cake. It looks delicious.
Plenty of time for cake after the wedding. Right now, you should be with...
Me! The 4 of hearts. 6 added to 4 is 10.
Okay, here comes the bride. Hey, 6, keep your clubs off that cake.
Click on the next activity.
3, 7, 6. Adding numbers to make 10.
Click on the next activity.